So how do you become a master of your craft? Answering this question is perhaps one of the most important gifts you can give to yourself in 2020 if you're going to be that leader in your industry. Now we are living in unusual times. By this I mean knowledge is on the rise. The information you got yesterday from a blog, if you go back today, you're going to find an updated version of that information. Number two, vast majority of people are being laid off from their jobs. So it means the skills that was relevant yesterday is no longer relevant today. Artificial intelligence, social media, the internet, and a whole lot more can now do at a faster rate and at cheaper prices what one man or 10 persons will do. Also, there is accessibility to a large amount of information, and well, it can give us mastery, it can give us a whole lot, and the information can give us knowledge and the power knowledge can bring. But on the other aspect of this, it is now difficult for people to focus, for people to think long term, to have long term perspective of what they want to achieve, what they want to gain out of life. So guys, the purpose of this video is to help us see the need to have a long-term perspective to what truly matters and what we want to achieve in life, and to also help us to go for what really matters. So firstly, I want you to know that anyone can master any skill. We have that inbuilt capacity to truly master any skill. Now, all the masters of different fields that we know, from science, we know about Einstein for his theory of relativity that shaped the physical science world, and in the 20th century he was known as one of the most influential scientists. In technology and invention, we know about Thomas Edison and the light bulb, the fact that he tried thousands of times. In fact, it was the fact that he tried thousands of times and failed that made him so famous. And number three, in golf, we know about Tiger Woods and how he started playing golf at age 4. His father would take him to the golf field to start training at an early age. And today we know Tiger Woods as one of the best golfers that has ever played the game. And in football, we know of Lionel Messi as one of the best of the game. Now, when it comes to mastery, I'm not saying you should just focus on one thing and not do any other thing. But what I'm saying is, where my emphasis is going, most of your time should go to one thing. 80% of your time as much, or 70% of your time should go to just doing one thing. What is that one thing you're known for? Success is universal. The ingredients to success is just universal, regardless of the field, the niche, or the industry. Now, these greats, they all share some common traits. Number one, focus at one thing. Now, focus means follow one course until success. We know Thomas Edison, he failed thousands of times trying to figure out how the light bulb could work and be a blessing to humanity, but he never gave up. He kept doing it. He put his focus on one thing, his time, his energy, and his resources working on the light bulb. Number two common trait that these four guys I mentioned shared. Now, they are all from different industries, different niche, and different field, but they all share some common traits. So what is number two? Number two is desire and passion. So we see about Einstein. If you read about Albert Einstein, you will discover that Albert Einstein went through a whole lot of tough times. He had 2 marriages. The first one failed, he got divorced, but he didn't allow it to get to him. There was a time the Nazi army, when they come after him in Germany, he had to flee and went to the United States. Number 3 is time. You need time to practice. You need thousands and thousands of hours. Now, there is a study that says if you're going to be a master at what you do, you require about 10,000 hours of consistent practice. Tiger Woods started at age 4 playing golf. He did not relent, he did not stop, he did not change his industry or field or decide to go into football or something else. He stayed at golf. And I'm sure there were times where he felt it wasn't going to work out, but he remained. So you have to spend time sharpening your skills, in one thing. And then lastly, persistence. All of these greats were persistent. That was one trait they shared. So there are some obstacles you face on the path to mastery. Mastery is not a day's job, it's not easy. So one of the obstacles you definitely face is boredom. I'm sure you've heard the path to success is a lonely road. You'd be the only one moving through that road. Now, for every great sports player that has won several titles or honors, their teammates always talked about them and said they spent hours training. So even after the normal hours of training, they still remain in the field. Number two, impatience. Most times you might feel it's not working and would want to quit. It's normal. Most great people experience such traits of impatience, wanting to drop out. Number three, uncertainty. You look into the future and ask yourself, what I'm doing now is going to really produce result I want. As humans, we all go through all of this. And then lastly, fear. Fear simply means false evidence appearing real. The flesh can always have doubts and thoughts. So boredom, impatience, uncertainty, and fear, all of these are products of the flesh. But guess what? Now, greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. So, what I mean is, passion is inside of you, your desire is inside of you, your persistence, they are all inside of you. But boredom, impatience, uncertainty, and fear are on the outside. But the moment you have passion and desire, the moment you're persistent, it's going to crush every burden. It's going to crush every impatience, every uncertainty, and every fear, so you can go ahead to really be that master that you ought to be in your field. So how then do you become a master? Number one, you have to reconnect to your roots. How do I mean? You have to discover your purpose, your life assignment. So how can you reconnect to your purpose? Now you need to answer 4 questions. Number one, who am I? Now this question is a question of identity. The moment you discover who you are, you'll be able to know the the passion in you. You'll be able to reconnect with your true value system. You'll be able to know the abilities and skills you have. Ask yourself these questions every single day to discover and know and reconnect to your life assignment. Number two, who is my source? Now, finding the answer to your source strengthens your confidence in who you are and what you're becoming. Now, your source, I'm not referring to your ethnicity, I'm referring to your originality. Number three, where am I going? Where am I going is a question of destination, question of destiny. Having an image of the end of your purpose will strengthen and give you certainty. And then the last question you need to ask yourself is, why am I here? Why am I here is a question of purpose. You need to know why you're here, why you do what you do. It's really vital and really important. After reconnection to your roots, the next, if you're going to be a master, is to always remind yourself of the motive and your purpose. So when you ask questions like, why do I do what I do? That's a question of motive. And what do I really want to achieve? Where do I want to end up? That's a question of purpose. Now, the reason why this question is so important is to help you define your value system. Your values are maps that lead you towards the right direction. Once you discover your purpose, if you're going to remain on that path of fulfilling your purpose, you need values. You need your value system, and it's really important. And another reason why you need to always remind yourself of your purpose is so the fire can remain, it can increase. I always remind myself of where I want to be in 5 years or 10 years or 15 years, and it keeps my passion, it keeps my focus really high. And it's the same thing with the greats in different industries, both those that have passed on and those that are alive. My mentor would always be like, what's your purpose? What are your values? What's the vision? PVV, calls it PVV. It's really important. If you don't always remind yourself of the what, the why, and the how, it will be difficult to remain on that path even after you've reconnected. We live in a world of value. So as you remind yourself of your motive and your purpose, you need to now deploy your skills and your abilities in places where it will be valued, places where it will be appreciated, which brings us to number 3. So number 3, if you're going to become a master, is to occupy a perfect niche. So occupying a perfect niche means you're deploying your abilities in places where it will be required. The question is, what can you do, and where will your skill resonate with in terms of places where it's going to be valuable? It's really important. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode on how you can become a master. So in the next video, I'm going to share with us the 4 remaining ways of how you can truly become a master of your craft and in your industry. So do well to subscribe, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you can get updates as I release more videos. So in the next video, I'm going to go into details and talk more about these remaining 4 ways, and all of them are in steps, so you don't want to miss the next video. Hit the like button, share this video to a whole lot of people. My message is to millennials and generation Y, and I think we need to reconnect to our values and focus on what is truly important. That's my desire. There's this passion in me that I just want the world to connect with, so we can just make the world a better place. I believe in you, world changer. So see you at the next video. Bye bye.